9440. 4405. 9440. 405. 19.
All right, welcome back, crime fighters, for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place by helping us lock up some of the bad guys and solve some crimes. I'm your host, Chris Wright. Lieutenant Fallon Hurst joining me this week from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Chris.
Been busy?
Always.
Mm-hmm. Well, fortunately, our viewers continue to keep doing their work, and we've gotten 3 more arrests this week with the information they've provided.
Fantastic.
That brings our total, thanks to you, the viewers, 4,594 people that you've helped us find. So that is a huge, huge help to the Sheriff's Office and the community. So thank you very much for doing that. Fallon, I know that with so many things being shut down or cut back or restricted in some manner, the Sheriff's Office has worked very hard to still provide all of the services that you would normally expect.
We have.
But at the same time, you've been working to make sure that people have options to do what they need to do without coming to the Sheriff's Office, right?
Correct. We offer several options to, you can apply for pistol permits online. You can, if you have a loved one or a friend that's in the jail that you like to visit or put money on their phone or money on their account for the store, all of that can be done online through our website, calcoso.org, or you can call us if you need explanation of how to get to those links.
Yeah, and things have been updated and made as user-friendly as possible, so even an idiot like myself can get on there and do those things. And
well, I find my way to it, so.
So that's a good thing. And again, if somebody needs to come to the Sheriff's Office, they can.
Yes.
But hopefully we can limit people getting out some, and we're all trying to do our part to prevent the spread of the virus for our own sake and for the people around us.
Yeah.
And if you can do something online instead of coming and doing it in person, that just helps.
Yeah, if you feel like you've been exposed or you have any symptoms or you don't like wearing a mask, like we don't like wearing them either, or you're embarrassed of your quarantine haircut, you can do it through our website.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the first half of this week's lineup, and we're also going to talk a little bit about getting back to school when we come back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Here at the Federal Trade Commission, we see a lot of different scams, but all scammers want to get your money as quickly as possible in a way that makes it hard to trace them and hard for you to get your money back. I'm going to tell you about some of the common ways scammers want you to pay. Once you know them, you'll know how to spot a scam, and you'll know to be careful if someone asks you to pay that way. First, there's wiring money. Somebody might call you, maybe about a prize you won, a loved one in trouble, or because you supposedly owe taxes or some kind of fee. The story sounds real, and maybe even alarming. The person on the phone rushes you to Western Union or MoneyGram to send the money. But wiring money is like sending cash. You'll almost never get it back, and scammers know that. Another favorite of scammers are gift cards or cash reload cards. Here's how it works. Those same people call, and again, there's a prize, a family emergency, or some fee they want you to pay. They tell you to go to the store and put money on a gift card, like an iTunes card, or a cash reload card, like MoneyPack, Vanilla Reload, or Reload It. Sometimes they'll even stay on the phone with you while you go to the store. Once your money's loaded onto the card, they'll ask for the card's registration numbers. That lets them get the money right away, and you're left with nothing. So now you know, if anyone ever says you have to wire money or pay them with a gift card or cash reload card, that's a scam. No matter who they say they are or how urgent it seems, stop, get off the phone, talk to someone, and then tell us at ftc.gov/complaint.
All right, let's get started with this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. If you recognize someone and know where we can find them, please call the Sheriff's Office at 256-236-6600. We start this week with Brandon Fanoof of Jacksonville, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for possession of a controlled substance and use and possession of drug paraphernalia. Jeffrey Phillips of Piedmont, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for possession of marijuana second degree, attempting to elude and giving a false name to law enforcement, also a probation violation for possession of a controlled substance. Sydney Brooks of Anniston, wanted on a probation violation for obstruction of justice using a false ID. Patrick McMurray of Piedmont, wanted on a probation violation for possession of a controlled substance. John Weatherby of Piedmont, wanted on a probation violation for possession of a controlled substance. Tambria Gibson of Gadsden, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for obstruction of justice using a false ID. That's the first half of this week's lineup. We'll be back with more in a few minutes. All right, we'll have the second half of the lineup coming up in just a few minutes, but right now we want to welcome our guest onto the show for this week. Kayla St. Elyard is with ASSA, the Agency for Substance Abuse Prevention.
Yes, sir.
Located in Oxford, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, but serving, what is your coverage area?
Well, we serve all here in Calhoun County and Cherokee County, and we also cover Jefferson County as well.
Okay.
So kind of like this little line straight across Alabama, that's our coverage area.
All right, so what is the primary goal of ASSA?
Our primary goal is to tackle substance abuse, and our focus is prevention. So we go out and we just give materials to especially our at-risk youth, and just remind them that they don't have to, do drugs or do anything bad, that they can, stay in school and, make something of themselves. And also we work with different medical facilities as well, just giving them information about opioid abuse and substance abuse and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
When you talk about at-risk youth, that's taken on a couple of extra categories here recently, hasn't it? Because schools let out early, that kids have been away from school for a long time. Their lives have been disrupted. Everybody's has. So we've got extra at-risk youth right now. They're almost all would fit in the category at this point, wouldn't they?
Yes, they would, especially with a pandemic going on. Everyone, yes, every single kid is at risk right now.
So how does ASAP tackle that issue?
Well, we still are able to get out now that everything is a little bit more open. We still are able to go into communities and interact with children. We, still follow the social distancing guidelines, but we still go out and show our faces and just remind them that we're still here for them. So we're thankfully we've been able to do that.
All right. So we know that the school year is getting ready to start. You're ready for that, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. What grade are you in now, Fallon?
Yeah, 45th.
We think the school year is getting ready to start.
Yeah.
We're still kind of
Hopefully.
juggling some things, and we're starting to see some ideas of what they want to happen, but we're not completely sure what is going to happen. And that disrupts things, but you guys have been making some preparations for some back to school events, right?
Absolutely, we are on it. We're going to have a back to school event actually coming up this Thursday for the children within various communities in Anniston. It's going to be between 10 and 2, and we're going to be having ice cream and prevention materials, school supplies, and we're just going to try and make it a good time for the kids because with everything going on, they just need some fun, I feel like, right now.
They really do, and they
Yeah.
need to have some socialization, and we need to do that in smart ways. We don't just need to throw all caution to the wind, but our kids need other kids. I've got a 13-year-old in my house, and he's managed to keep himself occupied, but you can tell he's really starving for some interaction with other kids. And so this can help kind of get that back, even for the kids that may not be going back to the classroom. They may still be staying at home.
Absolutely, and it'll be a good way for them to, see their friends that maybe they haven't seen in a while, to come on out and join at the ice cream truck and have ice cream together and be able to socialize, safely that way.
So the ice cream truck, they can be playing the music?
Yes, absolutely. That's the attraction. That's what brings the kids in. So we're especially excited about that. We're hoping that'll lift their spirits when they hear that ice cream truck rolling on in.
Now, Fallon, were you like me? My dad taught me when I was a kid that if the truck was playing the music, that meant they were sold out of the ice cream.
No, but that's a clever thing your dad does.
Yeah.
That's a
Saved
good
us some
one.
money, but kind of cruel, but there you go. So what are some of the challenges Kayla, right now for kids? What are they having to deal with that none of us ever had to deal with?
Well, I know when I was a child, I never had to deal with not spending summers without my friends. Like right now, they're not being able to see anyone. A lot of summer programs that normally happen every summer are not being able to happen right now. So that's different for them. A lot of kids aren't going back to school, and vacations are just not happening. So there's just a lot of challenges for them right now, just socially, and I feel like developmentally as well, because that plays a big role in who they become, you know what I'm saying, as they grow. When I was younger, thankfully, we didn't have these sort of pandemics. I think the worst thing I had to deal with was chicken pox. So yeah, that's definitely, I feel for them. I really hate it for them. So that's why we're going to get out and we're going to make sure we try and give them some sort of hope and ease, with everything.
Well, we want to talk about some more things going on with ASSA, but we need to take a quick break. We will be back in just a moment. We'll have the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted and more about back to school. All right, here we go with the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Adam Thomas of Anniston is wanted on a failure to appear warrant for burglary, 3rd degree. Fanny DeCastro of Anniston wanted on a probation violation for manufacturing a controlled substance. Marty Kirby of Anniston wanted for domestic violence, 3rd degree. Kasim Fawkes of Anniston wanted on a probation violation for possession of a forged instrument, 2nd degree. Amanda Morris of Decatur, Georgia, wanted on a failure to appear warrant for theft of property, 4th degree, and criminal trespass, 3rd degree. And William Barfield of Jacksonville wanted on bond revocation for 2 counts of forgery, 3rd degree. If you can help us find any of these people, please call 256-236-6600. All right, we are back. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll talk about some property crimes that maybe you can help us solve. But right now, we're talking with Kayla, who's trying to help solve some problems for our kids in our community that are facing drugs and substance abuse problems throughout their existence, and we're trying to help prevent them having bad interactions with these, right?
Absolutely. We want to definitely keep them on the right track and keep them headed toward their goals.
Mm-hmm. So Kayla, you were talking about an upcoming event that's this Thursday, July 30th, from 10 until 2, that kids are going to be able to have some interaction with other kids, have some ice cream from an ice cream truck.
Oh, yes.
And some other things that are a little bit more relevant to the actual school year. Where is this happening?
So we have 5 locations. We're going to be in Constantine, Barber Terrace, Glen Addy, Norwood, and Welborn Park. So those are going to be our 5 locations. We don't have a specific time for each location right now, but if you keep on the lookout for us and hear that sound, you'll know when we're around.
Okay, so you're going to be between 10 and 2, you're going to start at 1 and you're going to move on to each different location, is that right?
Yes, so the first one we're going to start off at is Constantine. That's the biggest one, so that's where we're going to have, I think, maybe 2 trucks there. And then we're going to branch off and then just head to each neighborhood and try and tackle everyone.
So listen for the sound of the ice cream truck.
Absolutely.
And when you hear that, know that ice cream is coming, but more than just ice cream. And it's ice cream that the parents don't have to pay for, is that right?
It's free, 100% free for the kids. They're going to absolutely love it.
For the kids, Fallon.
Yes.
I may have to stop by for security reasons.
We do have some deputies that are going to be helping out with this event, right?
We do. We have a couple of deputies that are going to be with them throughout it, just to interact with the children.
I know that the school resource officers are, I'm sure they're just itching to get back in touch with the kids.
Yeah, it's actually a couple of school resource officers are the ones that have volunteered for it. So they've had enough of dealing with us.
So Kayla, what exactly are these kids? They're going to get ice cream. What else are they getting?
Well, they're also going to get one of these handy dandy goodie bags that it's going to have our Hope campaign on it. Hold on, pain ends. They're also going to get maybe a t-shirt, some baseball caps, and some other little goodies. We have some surprises off in there. So you just have to come and just see what we're going to be handing out. And I also want to give this to you, if you don't mind.
For me?
Yes, a goodie bag for you to have. Yes,
right.
Absolutely.
I might share something in here with you, Fallon.
I'm sorry I don't have any free ice cream for you today.
That's what we really want.
I may have put some of the stuff in there. So. Be careful.
All right, so Let's find out just a little bit more about ASAP here before we wrap up. We've heard about this event that's coming up on Thursday. Kids are ready to go. They want that ice cream and the other goodies. But that's just one part of the puzzle for ASAP.
Yes.
What's all going on?
Well, we'll also have, we're also a part of the opioid roundtable, so we meet on that as well. And then also our Take Back is going to be, we're going to have a date. We're going to release it probably later on this year, but that was unfortunately canceled back in April, but we're working to get that back going. And we also just have a few other things going, like when school starts, we're going to hopefully get back in the classrooms and get to, giving them education and everything like that. But so far for right now, we're just going to focus on getting in the community as much as we can physically, getting out there and participating with the kids.
Let's talk about specific substances for a moment. What obviously there are a lot of different things that parents need to be keeping an eye out for.
Absolutely.
But what are some things that specifically here in Calhoun County these kids are dealing with right now?
Well, I know our top one is opioid abuse. We have a lot of misuse of medications. We have a lot of substance abuse in that area. Also, you have your methamphetamines, which is still really big as well, but our main issue for us is definitely opioids. We have seen a big increase, a big rise in that. It's almost kind of a little bit more, kids are doing it more recreationally than stuff like marijuana and stuff like that, which we're also seeing a big problem with kids as well. So we're trying to focus and make sure they get the information and let them know that all of these drugs are not necessary and to stay away from them.
Where are the main places that they're getting the opioids? Is it from other kids? Is it from medicine cabinets?
The resources are endless, actually. We've seen them actually get them from their parents. They'll be taking them, out of their parents' medicine cabinets. And actually, it is somewhat available amongst their peers. They have the peers that have more access to it are distributing it to other peers. So we find that as well.
And we've all seen how deadly these opioids can be. They can just absolutely destroy lives and start a cycle of abuse that the strongest kids can work and work and work for years and years and years and see some recovery and then some slip back and recovery. And if you can just, as you say, prevent.
Yes.
If you can prevent it from beginning, that is worth so much more than all the treatment we could throw at it.
Absolutely, and that's why we stand strong behind our campaign, Hope, Hold On, Pain Ends, and we really just want to just make that clear to kids, like, you don't have to get into drugs, you stay cool, stay in school, and also for anyone that is, not a child and is struggling with that, hold on, pain ends. It's your story has not ended, and your pain will be over. You just have to fight to, work for what you want.
All right. Well, I know you're available if people have questions. How can they get in touch with you?
Well, you can reach me. You can call me. My number is 256-831-4113. I'm sorry. And I'm also located at 1128 Edmar Street in Oxford.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Kayla, for being here. Hope that you have a wonderful day and that it doesn't rain out all the ice cream. I know right now the forecast isn't looking so great for Thursday, but hopefully we'll get some good sunshine and make that ice cream taste even better.
Awesome, and I hope to see all the kids there.
All right. Thank you very much, Kayla.
Thank you.
All right. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some property crimes that hopefully you can help us solve, and we'll have our crazy criminal of the week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. All right, let's take a look at some property crimes committed recently in Calhoun County. Maybe you can help us solve one or more of these crimes. On July 21st, a tall white male was seen taking a purse from a vehicle parked at a location on Alexandria-Jacksonville Highway. This person quickly left the area in a silver two-door car. Between July 20th and 22nd, someone illegally entered a church located on Mud Street in Ohatchee. On July 22nd, an unknown person siphoned an unknown amount of gasoline from numerous vehicles parked at a business on Nisbet Lake Road in Jacksonville. On July 23rd, a battery was stolen from a vehicle located on Nisbet Lake Road in Jacksonville. Also damaged was a hose that was cut in half. And between July 11th and July 25th, an unknown person broke into a storage unit located on Highway 144 in Alexandria. This person cut the lock from the unit and stole the lock, a tent, folding chairs, a grill, and 2 coolers. A new lock was placed back on the door by the suspect. If you have information about these cases, please call 256-236-6600.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, real quick before we get into our crazy criminal, we just gave out a phone number a few moments ago for ASSA and got the phone number just a little bit wrong. So if you're trying to contact them, that number is 256-831-4436. And we greatly appreciate Kayla and everybody at ASSA for what they're doing. All right, Lieutenant Hurst, our crazy criminal this week. You've been called out, I'm sure, at some point to break up some parties that got a little out of control, haven't you?
Yeah.
Ever been called out to a party at somebody's house that had 700 people?
Probably not. No, I don't believe so.
All right, in any situation, that would be a problem. But in this case, with the coronavirus pandemic going on, police in New Jersey got called out to a party at an Airbnb property where the people who had rented the property decided to throw a party. It took them hours to clear everybody out from this party. They had an estimated 700 people not practicing social distancing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So, not good, not good. So we got property owners and renters and other people that are facing some criminal problems with that one. All right, that's all the time that we've got for you this week. We will be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup or throwing some massive party without social distancing on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.